So did you actually like do an illegal deal? All right, gang, welcome back. Kris Krohn here, and I am joined by Jerry Norton, my good friend, and he is the king of flipping nationwide. He's one of the most sought after. In the last 15 years, he's created an incredible name for himself. And today we get this question: is wholesaling legal? And wholesaling is a part of the flipping game. Instead of flipping a home, we're talking about flipping a contract, because you can make a lot of money flipping a home, or you can make some money actually flipping a contract, and one is a heck of a lot easier than the other. But there's absolutely an illegal way of doing that. And Jerry, you know that kind of firsthand, right?
Yeah, it actually happened to me and I had to pay a fine.
So did you actually like do an illegal deal?
I didn't actually do the deal, but the state of Idaho, basically in their legalese, it said if your intent is to pay an uncommissioned sales, which we'll talk about, then that's bad enough where I had to pay a $2,500
So
fine.
you didn't even actually consummate the deal, but you still had to pay a $2,500 fee.
Yeah. So you want to make sure you're doing this right.
Okay, awesome. So let's learn from your mistakes. That's why you're so good at what you do. Break it down for us.
Okay. So first thing you need to understand is, why would anybody care if you're doing a wholesale deal and you're getting paid, right? Why does anybody care? Real estate is governed state by state. That means each state governs how real estate happens in their state. Now, they're all pretty similar, and their biggest concern is protecting the consumer. Okay. So what that means is it means if you go out in the market and you assist in any way in the buying and selling of real estate, somebody else, if I help Kris buy and sell real estate and he pays me for it, the state says, well, we want you to be licensed. We want you to follow the rules. We want to make sure that you're not doing anything that would hurt a consumer. So that's where this all comes from.
So I just got to ask, does that mean that someone, if you want to do wholesaling or get into real estate, do you need to become a realtor, an agent?
Well, that's what a lot of people think, that you need to be licensed, and you don't need to be
because
licensed.
I ain't, and I'm never going to be licensed.
Right.
I'm just saying no.
Yeah, you don't have to be licensed to do real estate, but you do have to structure your deals the right way so that the state or anybody doesn't accuse you of assisting in a transaction. They call it actually a non-commissioned sales, meaning you got paid money and it wasn't a proper commission through a real estate license.
Okay, so we know that there's a wrong way to do this. The state is protecting the consumer, and they don't want, basically, if you're a real estate investor, there's a right way and a wrong way to get paid. The wrong way is to be acting like a realtor, which you're not licensed to be, acting in some official capacity, and then you're actually getting compensated for it, and they're basically saying that is illegal. Now, you almost got caught in a situation like that. You didn't even finish the deal, but you even got fined just for almost doing one. What is the right way of doing this where the state's like, dude, we're glad you got paid. That's awesome. That's good, normal business.
Yeah. Well, first of all, let's be clear here about what the real issue is. Real estate people, real estate licensed people, they don't like wholesalers because they feel like there's these transactions going on and they're not part of it, so it's cutting into kind of their business. So they're the whistleblowers. It's real estate agents. So if they see a wholesaler, an investor out there doing these deals, they're the ones that typically will call the state and say, hey, I think this guy's doing these transactions and he's not doing it properly, and so now the state comes in and wants to look at what you're doing. Okay, so let's say that Kris says, Jerry, I want to buy a deal, and I say, you know what? I know about this great deal. It's down the street. You'll love it, Kris. Now, I'll tell you about it if you just pay me a fee. And Kris is like, I'll pay you a fee, great. Kris pays me a fee, and then he buys that property. That would be an illegal transaction. That would be a non-commissioned sale that I received, that if the state found out about it, they would not be happy and fine me.
Okay, got it.
Now, with that in mind, think about now, there is a right way to do it. And the right way to do it is, I would have to go get the contract as the buyer. Once I have a contract as a buyer, that document is now a tangible asset.
Okay.
And I own it because I'm the buyer on the contract. I take my contract, and if I do this properly, I can say to Kris now, Kris, I have a contract. It's an asset. I will actually give you the rights of this asset for a fee, and that now is no longer a non-commissioned sale. So I'm selling my asset to you.
Yeah, it sounds like the difference between being a marketer, like I want to get paid for telling you about stuff, versus I actually have skin in the game. I actually have a position on the property. I have something to gain in the property, and the state's basically saying, As long as you are in the deal, you're okay, because now you're getting paid as an investor, not as a licensed realtor or anything else.
I'm not getting paid a fee from you to assist in a transaction. I'm selling you my contract.
Yeah.
It's a transaction where I'm selling you my contract.
So let's just summarize all this. So we're talking about, is it illegal to wholesale? The answer is, it depends. You can do it a wrong way, you can do it a right way. If you're using an assignment contract and you actually negotiated for yourself to buy the property and then using that contract to pass it off to somebody else and then get paid for doing that, that is the right way to do that. That actually 100% works. Dude, Jerry, thank you so much for sharing this today, man. I really appreciate it.
Awesome.
Listen, you guys, if you want to actually get in the game and say, all right, I actually, Jerry, can you actually show me how to find these deals anywhere in the country of America, my zip code where I live? And then even go so far as to not just help me find the deal, but show me how to run the numbers, and then even potentially pay me $10,000 for hooking you up with a good deal. Guys, Jerry will actually do that for you. This is real. He's been doing this for 15 years. And I got to tell you, his system it's amazing. I think it's incredible what he's created. What I've created in the buy and hold game, 10 years, become a multimillionaire, and I compare that to what Jerry's done in the wholesale arena. We're playing in two very different real estate realms, both very, very profitably. And if you're watching my stuff and you're like, dude, Kris, I love all this long-term wealth building strategy and I want to be a landlord and I want to buy real estate, but dude, what if I got to pocket some quick cash? Dude, you're going to want to check the link in the description and then have Jerry, he's got a little web training online, and he and his team will actually show you exactly how he can pay you $10,000 for doing nothing other than using his free software to freaking find a deal. Like, I don't think it gets more amazing than that. Just final question, Jerry, why would you actually do that? Like, why would you give someone a free software and then even pay them $10,000 for finding a deal?
Great question. Well, I built my entire business around a referral network. So my goal is to create finders out there in all markets, doesn't matter, anywhere in the US. As long as the deal meets my criteria, I want to buy it. I've got the funding, I've got the systems in place to go in and fix these things up. Biggest thing I need is deals. So if you can go out, use my training and software and the things I'll show you right on this web training, get the deal, bring it to me, I'll gladly pay you $10,000 for that deal.
Guys, make sure that you subscribe and check out more of the videos with me and Jerry if you really want to learn about this flipping game, the wholesaling game, and learn the best, most ninja tactics on how to do that. Jerry's breaking it all down, so hopefully you enjoyed the video. Subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.